All right. Good morning, everyone. I slept like absolute crap. I accidentally took my vitamins on an empty stomach, so I'm nauseous. Obviously, yesterday was a terrible day, so not feeling the best. But you may have remembered I said I was going to take maybe today off, maybe the rest of the week off. And so I took some reflection time. I also looked at my last 2 weeks of trading because clearly they were some of the worst last 2 weeks that I've had in a very long time in trading. So what changed? Well, one, I decided I'm not going to take a break because what kind of man would I be if I only showed the good? What's the point? This channel is meant to be transparent, real, authentic, right? So that's what I'm going to stick to. We're going to keep going. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to live stream and trade at the same time. But most importantly, I'm going to figure out what exactly I'm doing wrong with my trading the last couple of weeks. Now, it is normal to have drawdown periods, but obviously this one was a little bit different than the others. And the good news is that I did, after reviewing my trades for the past 2 weeks, I did find some very strong evidence of what I was doing wrong. And it's very simple. And that is an overwhelming majority of my losing trades were counter trend, meaning I was buying below VWAP and shorting above VWAP. Overwhelming majority of my losing trades were buys below VWAP and sells above VWAP. Now, I've made it in my rules a long time ago to follow VWAP, but I think what ended up happening is that I started getting some winning trades by buying below VWAP and some winning trades by shorting above VWAP that I kind of just disregarded that rule. But obviously the past 2 weeks, we've seen that rule definitely need to be followed, which I don't think I was, right? So now, could it be that it's just a coincidence? Sure, but I'm going to test it out. This is the reality of trading. As you develop your strategy further, you find what rules do you have to follow, and so what I'm doing now is I call it troubleshooting mode. So I'm not going to take more than one entry at a zone. I'm going to be lenient with my stop loss, meaning I'm going to only go to break even once we get a pretty decent move. Basically, I'm trying one zone at a time. It's troubleshooting. I'm not going to try to, re-enter the same trade 2-3 times. Basically, I found the two things that kill me with this strategy is counter trend moves. So you get stuck on a massive move like this, a dump. And then and then two is re-entries, right? So while it's counter trend dumping, I'm also re-entering the same trade multiple times. So it leads to multiple losses in the same area. So both of those things now I'm adjusting. Not going to do that anymore. And we're going to see how the performance does. And yeah, this is troubleshooting mode. Am I crying? No, I mentioned earlier I slept really bad, and I think I'm a little sick, and I take vitamins, and I took my vitamins on an empty stomach this morning, and I forget that makes you really nauseous. So I'm just not feeling great right now, but I'll get more energy as I drink this coffee here. See, of course, today buying below ATR is a genius move. Look at that, Jesus. But whatever. I think I'm locked back in. I think I've reviewed enough that I know the rules I gotta follow. We'll see. Don't want to jinx it. Mike is low. Classic. Testing. There we go. That should be, that's a little loud. That should be better right there. Testing. Okay, right there. All right, so slow and steady. We are going to, listen, these streams might be a little more boring because I'm probably going to trade less, but I don't care. It's for the sake of the performance. We're going to be more patient. Wait for the setups that are with the trend. And that should fix a lot of the issues. Did you make it back to green yesterday? No. No, I did not. I also just kind of gave up on those accounts, to be honest. That I'd rather just start from scratch. After a move like that, it's just too annoying to climb back from that. Testing. There we go. Anyways, FOMC is today, which usually means that the first hour of the day is usually the only tradable day, or oh my gosh, first hour is the only tradable kind of time, and then it gets really choppy as the market waits for the FOMC results. Don't really have a setup yet. We have pending home sales at 10 a.m. So today's going to be interesting. Good amount of news. We got orange news and red news. Let's see if we, it's going to be tough to trade today, honestly, because 10 a.m. news, so it's going to be hard to trade before 10 a.m. And then after around 10:30 is when the market starts to kind of stagnate, at least in my experience, because they just wait for those FOMC news. We haven't really moved much. Look at how VWAP is just, those bands have not really moved much. Usually when you look at here, you get the bands expanding as you get closer to the market open. But today we're just kind of flat. Which could be a sign that it's going to be a little bit choppy. And it definitely makes trading a little bit tougher. Because you just got these, this is a 1 minute chart. And we're basically at both bands. So A little bit of support here at VWAP. See if it can hold. Here's the tick chart. You can see that level of demand right there. But also this is a tick chart. I honestly don't know if demand applies the same way on a tick chart. Morning marijuana. Yeah, this is a very tight range that we're in right now. It's not fun. FOMC days can be tough. Can get some weird price action, as if we haven't seen weird price action all week. It's only Wednesday. I remember, I just, when I got out of bed, I didn't even know what day it was. I asked my girlfriend, I'm like, what day is it? She's like, Wednesday. I was like, it feels like it's been, like, it feels like a Friday. It feels like I've gone through freaking hell and back already this week. There's, I guess demand does work on the tick chart too. Look at that. Repeat your VWAP rule. Basically, just only look for buys above VWAP. Only look for sells below VWAP. But also, if you get outside the bands, then I wouldn't look to buy. So these bands are basically, it means that you're in like a normal range. Once you get outside of these bands, you're trying to short it outside of the bands can be a little risky because it's already overextended. So basically, buy within this area, short within this area, and then don't trade this area. Anything outside the bands, don't trade, basically. Is what I'm doing. Is what I'm doing personally. ATR settings are 7. It's just 7. 7, and then the style, I made it columns. It's just easier to read, in my opinion. Alright, coming back in. Thank you, Bruce Smith. Thank you for the support in a time of need. Alright, coming back into this area here. God, this range is untradeable. Look at how small these, like, each candle is just the whole VWAP. Pretty strange. Let's see what happens once we take out this low here. That is below VWAP though, so we're kind of back into this demand area on the tick chart. Yes, like Cooper, that is ugly. Look at how the VWAP bands are actually shrinking towards the middle because we're chopping around so much. They're actually going inwards. This is something that I might need to study because I feel like every time I say that the bands are going inwards, something happens. We have I don't know what happens, but I just know that I've noticed that before, that the VWAP band starts shrinking, and then my brain is telling me that I recall something going on every time we do that. I just don't know what it is. I don't remember if it's a choppy day or if we get an explosive move. I feel like it's going to lead to a choppy day, but who knows? We can explode any second in this market, right? Do you live every day? Yes. Even on days like today. I was going to take a break today, but I must prevail. Look at this price action, though. Any idea why VWAP looks different? Here. Make sure you're anchored to the session. Here's the style. No band fill. The most obvious answer is probably you're not anchored to the session. So fix your anchor period to the session. You'd be bored trading in silence. Honestly, that's what I'm used to. So I need to get used to the opposite. I need to get used to trading without silence. All right, making a move. Look at that freaking tick chart, though. That was nice. So now outside the bands, it's taking out this liquidity. I'm not gonna short, obviously, but just marking out things of interest, things of potential resistance. Man, this is an ugly chart. That VWAP is just not moving. I watched that Patrick Whelan guy, and he's complete bullshit. It's so obvious, too. He's just an entertainer. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get a read on him. I can't tell if he's crazy and a great trader, or crazy and a great faker. Could be both. But one thing's for sure, he knows how to entertain. See, I just don't got the energy for all that. That would drive me nuts. Screaming, and I guess the difference between an introvert and extrovert. All right, back into this little area. That was a weird move. Even the tick chart looks weird now. Massive candle. I can't really trade this. This is really bizarre looking price action. As we've seen all week, honestly, it's not that surprising. You just watch, guys. Once I refine this strategy, I'll be I'll be on Pat's show and out-trade him. I genuinely believe this strategy has the potential to be one of the best. I mean, it is. I mean, it was already the best. And I just think I messed it up by not following my own rules, right? So, don't think it's the logic of the strategy. I think it's more of a me thing. School, I wouldn't say it hasn't been working. I think it's just the market is not being as lenient. I think the week before, a couple weeks ago, well, a couple months now, I think the market was just, you could buy basically any dip and it would rip. But I think normal market conditions, obviously, that's going to be harder. Which is why I had rules in place to follow the trend, but I think I just stopped following the trend. And I got bit for it. Like, if you can go back and watch the streams yourself, honestly, if you want to just study the trades. It's exactly what I do. I literally go on my YouTube. It's not like I have a secret recording somewhere else. Like, I literally just go on my YouTube and I look at my streams. And all I did was check how many losers were buying below VWAP and shorting above VWAP. And it was like almost all of them. All of the big losers, right? Not just losers in general. But that's where the biggest issue was. This might be an order zone here. I might have missed this by yapping. Yeah, Scratch. I was thinking of that today. Let me see if I buy this. I mean, it's just below that VWAP, but... Jeez, this is... I was gonna say, you might be able to like get a Loom subscription, and then like it stores it in the cloud. That might be a solution to that. Just record with Loom. Alright. Not gonna buy this now, obviously. So we went and took out those highs. Man, look at today. Of course, when I apply those rules of not trading these bands are working. Like, look, buying down here and shorting up there is amazing, trades right now. I guess it makes sense because we're so range bound. Like, yeah, those bands are probably gonna hold up. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because this thing could have just as easily just blown through these highs and blown through these lows. And I'm just going to stick to trading within these areas. I didn't buy this order zone because it was just below that VWAP. I did consider it if I saw some good price action, but I didn't really see much price action. It was just pretty much selling pressure only. It was an okay order zone, but you gotta watch for that. You know, you gotta see some sort of buying pressure, and there just wasn't much. I can't check that out right now, Evan, but remind me maybe a little bit later in the stream. Man, this is ugly. And we got news in 5 minutes. It'll be tough? No. Well, maybe today, but I mean, let's go back. I don't know. Well, let's just go back to yesterday, right? Like, yesterday was one of my worst days ever. Why? Because I was buying all of this. I was buying in this area, and I was buying in this area, and this area, and this area, and this area. But you get zones below VWAP and above VWAP all the time. And it's just about being patient and waiting for them. Like right here. I'm pretty sure I called this short out on stream, but I just didn't take it because I just missed it. I don't even remember why. But we were looking to get, yeah, I remember I was looking to get short here, and then I was looking to get short here, and I just didn't click the button. But like, this is a good example. Order zone below VWAP, that's when you short, right? And then when you get an order zone above VWAP, that's when you look to buy. We can find an order zone above VWAP as well. It's just that today's weird. I mean, look at the space between the bands on these other sessions, and then look at the space between the bands in this session. It's nothing. Like, we're just in a super consolidated range. But yeah, like, let's look at this day here. Is there an order zone? This is not great price action. I mean, I think you could argue that this is an order zone right here. But anyways, the point is, you do get order zones, you know, above and below VWAP. It's just the hard part is waiting for them and not having the urge to buy below these bands and short above those bands, as tempting as it is. You're talking directly above, below the VWAP blue. This is a black line here, but yes, I'm talking about this middle line. That is VWAP. The top band and the lower band is 2 standard deviations of VWAP. So this is +2, this is -2. Center band is VWAP. Volume weighted average price. And by the way, I mean, look, this was a valid order zone, but see how it's below that VWAP. It gets harder to move in your direction. And something else that I noticed when I went back and I started watching my streams, a lot of the times, you know how I would like get into a trade and then be like, damn, we just can't get a move, right? Like, I would be in a trade and it would just chop around in the zone, and I would just get like break even after break even. Well, a lot of those trades happened when I was buying below VWAP or shorting above VWAP. So it's not only are they less likely to work out those trades, but they're also more likely to be at like a break even and like struggle to get out of the zone. While if you're buying with the strength above VWAP and you're shorting with the strength below VWAP, the zones tend to hold a lot quicker. So yeah, it's pretty clear to me that I should just be focusing on that. We'll see if it actually works. I mean, it could just be a coincidence that that rule has been working lately, but monthly P&L from trading, not YouTube. Well, my monthly P&L on YouTube is pretty much zero. I don't know. People assume that I make a bunch of money off YouTube. I do not. YouTube does not pay great, and the amount that I've made from my little course is also nothing crazy. And also, I've been trading prop firms the past few months. This is something that I've been open about, that I'm stacking evaluation accounts. So I'm actually not making a bunch of money trading right now. I mean, I am making money on longer term portfolios. You know, I invest in stocks and crypto and stuff like that. But past 4 months, I've been just stacking evals. So far, I have 2 funded accounts. What I'm doing is I'm just taking these evals. I passed them within about a month. So I've been trading for 4 months. So I've blown a few accounts, passed a few accounts. And then once I have enough funded accounts, then I'm going to actually start trading them all at the same time, so that I can maximize those funded accounts, because I don't see a point in trying to trade a 150K funded account. It's not going to be enough. Have I had a 5-figure month? Yes. I know another trader who trades exactly what you were saying about VWAP. Interesting. He's probably a decent trader. Does he use the bands too? I don't see too many people use the bands. Yeah, it's gonna be boring, Salah. It's gonna be boring. It's FOMC day. You just don't get much. Honestly, this is probably the one day where buying below this band and shorting above this band is going to be working probably better than any other type of strategy, but I'm going to stick to the troubleshooting mode. Maybe I should have taken today off. Nothing's going on. We just had orange folder news. Didn't even move the market. I just realized I'm not signed in. Give me 1 second. I need to sign in. Hell. 1 second, guys. I'm just signing into my Take Profit Trader account. But for some reason, it's not remembering my username and password. Alright. You were making money when you were playing chess? Yeah, maybe that's what went wrong. Stop playing chess. Yeah, Scratcha. I know. I'm surprised nobody caught that. Or used it. My chess rating is absolute trash. I'm not a chess player. It's just I would just do it on stream while waiting for the market to move. I tanked my elo because I just started playing without an idea of what I was doing. I think I'm around like 300 something. It's pretty much bottom of the barrel. $400? I don't know what I am. I'm trying to check. No, 300. Man, guys, this is gonna be a long morning session. I just looked, Shay. Just call the market fat. Call the market fat and it won't go below that line. Very nice. New meta strategy unlocked. This is technically a little, or not a little, massive order zone. But not trading that, not trading that. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get any good moves. Honestly, it might be worth backtesting. Excuse me. It might be worth backtesting, just going back to FOMC days and just seeing if buying below the bands and selling above the bands works better. Probably does. Because if you're choppy, you're gonna bounce off the extreme ranges. All right, I'll be right back. Shay, if you're influencing the market, come on. Make it move. Look at this. Nothing, man. Now we have no news until 2 p.m. What was the last FOMC? I forget. June 17th, yeah. Let's go back to June 17th. Oh. Can't? Can go to 18th. And there's 17th. Which day was it? Why don't I see any crazy spikes? Oh, it was announced on 18th. Right there. There we go. So... Dang. Yeah, that session was a lot different than what we're seeing today. We had some movement. I mean, it was pretty choppy on the way down. It looks like they sold it off an hour before, ran it up right into the announcement, and then just crazy whipsawing around, and then Maybe I'll have to live stream later in the day today after the announcement. Yeah, look at the difference between the sessions. The last FOMC versus this FOMC is quite different price action. My dog's trying to get in. 1 second. You want to say hi? Yeah. I don't know how anybody would be trading this unless you're just a range trader. Maybe if you're a scalper or something, scalp around. This could be an interesting area here. It's slightly above VWAP. Alright, BRB again, guys. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. I move into there. Take out those highs. Take anything today? No. Good amount of volume there. This zone could hold, but it is rejecting VWAP, so we might just go right back up to this area. Not sure it's worth it. Yep. Man, look at the volume right here. No volume in this candle at all. Look at this candle. hate how boring it gets. Yeah, I mean, at least we. I don't think anybody's really having fun right now with this, so going through it together. About to start buying every new candle. That's one way to trade. Oh my god, I'm just gonna go back to sleep. This was a nice order zone right here. Took out those lows, tapped into this area. But we are not trading below VWAP. Not buying below VWAP. Alright, this thing's getting a move on now. Let's see if it stays in its range. Let's see if this is the best short ever right now. At least we're starting to see some kind of directional move. There is some strength in that move there, and there is a level of demand sitting here, so it's possible we get a move back into here and then kind of pick a side. Imagine if we actually just do this all day until the announcement. That would suck. What's up, Bobby? Today's FOMC, Shay. FOMC, it's like usually one of the most volatile announcements. Volatile news events. Nice one, Skull. This is the only area that I'm willing to take a shot at it. That's another nice thing about having the VWAP rule, is that you know you can only trade zones above this line. And so if you have a situation where there's multiple zones, it doesn't matter, because you just can't buy those zones anyways. You just got one chance. Come on. Oh my god, I'm tired. Yeah, there's an indicator. Oh, look at that. I got it. I use an indicator called MTFSND order block. I just use it as like a, just in case I miss a zone or something. It's not order zones. It's just marking out like supply and demand areas. But every order zone does start with a supply and demand area, so it's pretty good, honestly. It's just that I don't want to rely too heavily on it, and I also don't want it to mark out zones that maybe I wouldn't have marked out. You know what I mean? So I really just check on it once in a while. But so far it has marked out the zones that I've marked out today, so. What? No. You were just taken out. Well, right back up. You guys might want to lower the volume because my dog may bark. Interesting. That was a pretty quick sweep of this high here. Let's see if it rejects or breaks. A lot of volume in this candle. A lot of volume in this candle too. Ooh, Rejection. It's literally just short above this line, buy below this line today. That's what's working. Yeah, skull. Typical market. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my dog is licking the crap out of herself right now. You know, the next thing I'm going to go research probably this weekend is using limit orders. I always go back and forth. Should I use limit orders? Should I use market orders? I want to see what percentage of winning trades just barely tap into the zone and go versus kind of hover in the zone. I feel like lately it's been like, if you don't have a limit order there, it's really tough to get the good trades. But I don't know. That's just a theory. I do like my market orders. Feel more in control. Let's see if we can get a push lower, take out this low, tap into this demand, and see if there's any trade there. I would have preferred if this low was a little bit closer, but still fits that M shape. Yes, Skull. You are correct in thinking that is the logic. But you'd be surprised how many times it just needs to go a little bit deeper into the zone before actually getting that reaction. And sometimes it'll bounce on the zone, retest it, and then go. So, you know. Yes, in a perfect world, it would just, explode out of the zone, which does happen, but those are probably, I think it probably depends on just how many orders are sitting there, right? The zones that actually have a ridiculous, amount of orders that are sitting there, they're going to be the ones that just reject it instantly and go right back up. But maybe some zones, they just have less orders, so it takes a little longer. You don't understand why I'd need to retest? Well, remember, it's all about balance and imbalance, right? So, if there's a zone that just has a slight, let's say 60% buy orders, 40% sell orders, it might take a little bit longer to actually get rid of those sellers, right? It's like between buyers and sellers. It's a fight. So it might just take longer to get those sellers out of the market so that the market can actually move up. But if it's 90% buyers and 10% sellers, that's when you're going to see something that looks like that, right? This is taking forever, man. Let's see if we can break through this area. We're going to reject. Those bands are working quite well today. Isn't the 10:30 candle an order zone? 10:30. You could make the argument. It's just really small, and it's right on that second standard deviation. So I don't know, maybe a little riskier of an area to try to buy, right? Because you're buying right basically at that zone, or right at that second band. But we'll keep it on the chart just to watch it. My girlfriend said that she was scrolling on TikTok, saw my live, and heard my stomach grumble. Can you guys hear my stomach grumbling? I am pretty hungry. I thought I was more patient than half of the people, but the patience this strategy requires is something else. Yeah, it does require patience. You gotta wait for those zones to form, and then you gotta wait for them to hit. But hey, they work out pretty well if you can execute on them right. It was super loud a second ago. Yeah, this microphone will pick up everything. Probably should get a new microphone. Trying to think if I have any snacks I can eat. BRB, 1 second. I'm just eat something really quick because my stomach is growling. Come up here. You're gonna have to come up here if you want it. Come here. Good girl. It's really just big moves on chop. Yeah, man. Was that chocolate? No. It was like ground beef. She thinks there's more. She's just staring at me. Ah, man. More barcode action. I mean, it's not surprising. It's FOMC day. But usually the first hour, even on FOMC day, can have some good moves. This is probably a sign that once that FOMC announcement does come out, it's going to be freaking huge. Your long Ethereum? Ooh, nice. Yeah, what's Bitcoin at? 118,000. Wow, look at that. Bitcoin is just flat on the daily chart. And it's looking like it's gonna probably make another leg. When is FOMC? It's at 2 p.m. EST. Excuse me. It's crazy just how flat the market can be, right? billions, if not trillions of dollars of money going in and out of it every day. And it can just stay flat. My dog is still staring at me. She's in the corner of my eye. I see her staring at me. She's right next to my desk. I don't have any more. Still staring at me. Holy crap. Yeah, she's cute. She is cute. She is very snuggly. Proof that not all pit bulls are... honestly, most pit bulls I feel like are the opposite of what they're known for. Every pit bull I've met is like super happy, cute, smiling, cuddly. Alright, let's see if this is going to be a breakdown. See if we get a flush of orders. At this point, this might be the only zone to actually have a chance of hitting. We may get a quick sweep down, in which case I might be interested. Probably going to be break-even trades, or even losing trades, who knows, after yesterday, my gosh. But we'll try it. I mean, it's not a great day to trade, but I'm already live. I can already see the chop in the zone forming. Dang. Down and right back up to new highs. This has got to be a stop run, right? After all this consolidation, there's no freaking way we're going to break up. I know breakout traders have taken this. This is a clear breakout trade for breakout traders. Let's see if it pays off for them. I've been saying maybe we become, or I become a breakout trader. Seems to work. Not really. I don't really follow breakouts like that, but seems to work for Pat. That man just takes the most random breakouts and they seem to work. Again, who knows? I don't follow him closely. I mean, I just wouldn't expect the most simple breakout strategy that any trader can use be an effective strategy, you know? But maybe that's it. Maybe the key is just simple breakouts. Trump's market is always good for breakout trading. Oh god, 1 second. I think my dog's getting into something. Alright, well. Just chopping up this breakout now. Going for the breakout and retest. This is when even more retail traders would be buying. Will the retail traders prevail today? Back to flat. Back to flat. We'll do some puzzles. Yeah, this isn't a puzzle. Gotta do something to keep the mind active. God, I haven't played in a minute. Wow. Looks like the breakout retail traders win. Crazy. Buying a breakout outside of the second standard deviation too. Should be like the lowest probability trade, but... Oh, that was not. That was a misclick. Checkmate, huh? Oh, there's a little bit of a rejection. Oop. Oh, you're gonna get a move. We're gonna get some action. Brain fart. So if I take that can't be the move. And he takes that, then I go there. Oh. I go there, he goes there. Oh, did Didn't even realize I had that there. Okay. Come on, market. Oh. Are we gonna go? Are we gonna go? Let's see. I might get it. Here comes the random sell-off of the day. It's already taking out this area here, which technically you could call this a little bit of an order zone. But the stronger imbalance is right here, so I'll just wait for that if it does come. Alright, see a skull. Good luck. Good amount of volume there. I am nothing on the day right now. No trades. Dang. All right, back to waiting. I do need to pee. But we all know if I leave this chair, that's when the moves happen. Can you leave the chair so we can get a god candle, please? Thank you. Yeah, I'll leave the chair once I get into a trade. Although in that case, that'll probably be the trade that just stops me out instantly. All right, let's see. It looks like it wants to go down there. Now we have VWAP opening up a little bit. Still relatively flat though. Oh god, my dog just brought her big bone in here. You may hear some chewing. Alright, here we go. Come on. Very weak break there. Did not really see much. All right, I'll try it. Candle in the time chart doesn't look great. The ATR is 8. Now I'm in troubleshooting mode, so I'm not going to trade a zone more than once. It's either going to be a loss, break even, or a win. Right now, not looking too strong. Unless... I think I'm going to tighten risk. Those chews. Alright, gonna tighten risk again. We'll go below these lows. God dang. She is chewing that bone. Well, here's the chop that we were talking about. God dang, Kaya. Come on. This thing's just not moving. This does look like it wants to come down to here now, which is not great for my position. But I already tightened my risk up to where this would be very small loss, even if it does lose. Are we gonna get a push out of here? this doesn't, yeah, this looks like it's gonna just fall through this floor here, like you were saying, Skull. The longer you stay in this zone, the less likely there's actually orders sitting there. And the longer you stay in the zone without moving, the more orders you take from the market too. So those buyers, every time we get a move like this, those buyers are weakening, right? Because those orders are just getting filled. So this looks like it's gonna take me out here. Alright, super small loss. And now we just wait for the next zone. No way. You know what? I'm gonna go take a pee break. I don't even want to watch what happens if this thing freaking skyrockets up. I said I'm not trading a zone more than once, so I'm sticking to that. Oh my god. What's happening? Okay. I'm not buying that. Look at it every time I leave the chair, guys. It is now too far below VWAP to be looking for buys. P&L on the day, minus 50. One small loss. The thing that sucks about this now is that it's probably going to be a while before I get another trade set up. I either got to wait for a short below VWAP to form or an order zone above. Wait, what did I say? I got to wait for an order zone to form below VWAP or an order zone to form above VWAP, which is going to obviously take some time. And honestly, it's relieving to know that I don't have to buy this. You know, this VWAP rule makes it less stressful, honestly. Because now I don't need to buy a falling market below VWAP. Even though there is probably a zone that I could probably mark out and justify here. Now watch it work. But these are the type of moves that I get caught in. So, not going to make that same mistake. Well, I left the chair, Shay. I left the chair. And look at what happened. Honestly, it might have been a good thing that I left the chair, because I may have taken a long here. Let me see what price action. Yeah, honestly, I think I might have taken a long there. Price action rejected it for a second there. This is what I'm talking about lately, is you get these signs, like you get a rejection that it's going to hold, and then the next candle is just dump. Maybe we'll make a strategy where we can short failed zones or buy failed zones, like a breakout of the zone. That could be interesting. Because when the zones fail, they do fail hard. Which I guess makes sense, because if there's enough selling pressure to get through an area where there's a lot of orders sitting, then it's probably going to be a strong move. Look at that. Let's see if we can get back above VWAP, or if we're going to just reject it, come back down. Dang, I don't know how to show chess on TikTok. So small. Alright, just gonna watch VWAP here, see if we reject it. Let's see. Oh, rejecting? How is that a checkmate? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, come on, man. I forgot I canceled my membership because I just wasn't playing it. Okay, I guess I can't do puzzles. Whatever. What EMA do you use? No EMAs. This is VWAP. Volume weighted average price. And then it has 2 standard deviation bands. Yeah, Force. It's gonna probably be a boring day until that announcement. But I'm already here, so. Look at that VWAP projection. Right on it. Bounced on it here and rejected on it there. Now yesterday I probably would be looking for buys right below this low. But today I will be doing no such thing. And today is the day it'll work. Has anyone taken any good trades today? I mean, the only good moves were probably shorting up here, buying down here. Everything in between is pretty choppy. This is what we've been talking about. Big move and then barcodes. So we just got our big move right here. So now it's barcode time. Yup, and lost account. Damn. Sorry to hear that. You should have been here yesterday. I would have related to you. It happens, though. It does happen. Can't always be good. One break-even trade. Nice. Better than a loss. Nice, Alex. Nice. All right, reclaimed the VWAP. Ugh. Now we're just chopping around VWAP. Malik, I don't do music because I just don't want to deal with switching to music and all that. And there's copyright strikes and all that. I mean, I don't even, when I trade, off stream, I don't trade with music either. So it's like, just keeping it normal. Skull, I got a tiny loser. A very tiny loser right here. Minus 50 on the day right now. Dang, look at that. Look at that supply holding. That was a 4-point loser. Just to give you an idea of how small it actually was. 4 points. Because I'm only trading one, I'm only giving myself one entry and exit per zone. Instead of going to a break even super quickly like I normally do, I'm giving the trade just a little tiny bit more room by just adjusting my risk to the lows or to the highs if we do get some confirmation. You're killing your profits with each trade. Yeah, I mean, a day like today, it's hard. If you get some really nice trades today, I would just be done. Because it's notorious. FOMC Wednesdays are notorious for being hard. Might get some more coffee before this puts me to sleep. Look at that nice rejection though off that supply. This thing looks like it wants to go for the lows, in which I would past me would be buying if we hit those lows. So let's just mark it out just in case it happens to see if past me would have won or lost. Oh shit. Oh, wow, that happened quick. What happened there? Pokemon app just added new packs. Let's go. Well, volatility's starting to pick up a little bit. Ooh, let's see what happens here. Will past Corey win this trade? Back into the zone. Didn't take out the lows. Honestly, I feel like just shorting this blindly is better than trying to buy, given the track record of yesterday. Knowing what happens below that VWAP, it's never anything good. Not lately, at least. I almost want to short it out of spite. I'm not going to, but... You know what I did want to short out of spite? Chipotle. Because Chipotle, let me know if you guys agree, they have gone downhill. It's hardcore. Every time. Oh, yeah. And then they fell. As they should. Chipotle has become so bad. Look, I was going to short them and I just forgot. But I literally told myself, after I got skimped with like brown guac, I'm like, alright, I'm literally just going to go and short Chipotle. Just out of pure hatred. But this is what they deserve. This does reflect their performance. That is a good reflection of what the company deserves. Because every Chipotle I go to sucks. But... Alright, is this thing going to make a high or low here? This is what I'm talking about. Like, if this thing starts breaking down... It may be a strategy to actually trade breakdowns of zones. when they are against the VWAP trend, or whatever. But that is for another day. If I got a prop firm account right now, how long will it take for me to start trading on it? You could start trading instantly. As soon as you buy it, it gets set up basically. And then you just have to log in via Tradovate or NinjaTrader. So most prop firms will either give you the option to basically trade on like TradingView or Tradovate, or on a platform called Rithmic. But you can just connect Rithmic accounts to NinjaTrader, which is right here, and just trade it through NinjaTrader. What's up, Web? Oh, it's a bot. A kick bot. Dang, this really didn't take out the low. NASDAQ has been doing this the past few days, where it doesn't actually take out its lows. It'll just make a higher low, just barely missing the low. Let's see if the NQ, yeah, no, see? It keeps doing this weird higher low thing. Tap, what are you trading there? I see you sent something in the Discord. So download NinjaTrader and then buy prop from account and I'm all set. Well, what do you normally, so tell me what you normally trade on. Because then I can help you out better. Like what do you currently use day to day to trade? Trade on Webull using options. Oh, well this is going to be a way different experience. If I were you, I would just use TradingView. It's probably going to be easier than NinjaTrader for you. So whatever prop firm you get, just look for their Tradovate or their TradingView option. They're basically the same thing because you can log into Tradovate on TradingView. So they're the same thing. If it's a Tradovate or a TradingView account, it doesn't matter. They're the same. So I would just go with that, and then so what you do is you just go down to here, and you'll log in to you'll see there's a bunch of different options for logins. You click Tradovate, and then you log in there with the details that the prop firm gives you. The TradingView needs a subscription now. Yeah, they do, but I mean it's really cheap. It's like, I don't know, $30 a month for all the data and all the indicators you want. Basically. Maybe less than that, honestly. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked. If you're going to buy a prop account but don't want to pay for the TradingView subscription, you might not want to buy a prop account. Why can't I just use NinjaTrader? I guess you can. I just think it's going to be more annoying. It's not as clean and beginner-friendly as TradingView. But if you really want to, you can. But I think you may still need a data subscription for NinjaTrader. And then I think you also need an API key from the prop firm. So, it's just, there's more that goes, there's more room for annoying things with NinjaTrader. Whereas like with Tradeovate and TradingView, you go by the prop firm account, they give you your login and you log in and you're ready, just like that. Whereas NinjaTrader can be a little finicky. You also have to set up Rithmic. So you have to get the Rithmic platform, I believe. Log into Rithmic first, and then log into NinjaTrader. I don't know. It took me a while. Once you're set up, it's it's easy peasy, but it's just more complex to get it started. TikTok, by the way, I don't read the TikTok comments, so if you want to chat, you can go on over to the YouTube. The link is in my bio, or the Discord, which is also in my bio. The reason why I don't read TikTok comments is because they are overwhelmingly negative most of the time. So if you want to be a normal human being, feel free to join us. Wow, look at this. Did not sweep this low. Just did a retest and continuation. Lax, you use Mexi. Nice. They're not bad. That is crypto, though, just so you guys know. For anyone that doesn't know. Welp, back to VWAP. Yeah, Skull, most beginners start out with options, and it's for reasons. Options are the most appealing to beginners because of the crazy gains that they see that you can make, but it's really tough to trade options. Most professional traders will trade options, but beginners trading options is really tough. They are cool, but they're way more complicated. Deeb, what I do when price is constantly going above and below VWAP is I just don't trade. There's nothing I can do here. I gotta wait for a setup either above VWAP or below VWAP. But right now, I mean, this is the only zone. And it's not a great one, and it's above VWAP. So, shorting this would just be risky. Lax. I used to trade crypto, but futures just... With the rise of prop firms, futures seem to be a lot more active and a lot more fun, to be honest. Crypto is kind of... Also, crypto is not... doesn't have as much of a, like, day trading community. It's mostly, like, either meme coin gamblers or, like, long-term maxis. Whereas futures kind of has that day trading community, which is nice. Crypto futures is basically the same idea. And it just doesn't seem to move as nice. Well, now we're getting to noon on FOMC day, so I'm not sure we're going to see much. Let's go back to the last FOMC day. Noon. Yeah, really don't see price picking up until around 1 p.m. Let's see if other people are live right now. There's no way people are trading this. Yeah, Pat's done streaming. We got Future Scalper still streaming. That guy streams frickin' 12 hours a day. Trades every hour or two. It's crazy. I guess, I mean, this is just not moving, right? So I may actually live stream later with FOMC. See if that volatility can maybe give us some good setups. I mean, right now there's just nothing. There's not even a chance of getting something for probably the next 15 to 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll probably live stream at 2 p.m. I'll take a little 2-hour break and then I'll come back. All right. So I'll see you guys around 2 p.m. Be there or be square. Peace.